Yay, it works. I'm so happy. Finally got a intro now. Or at least an intro card. I'll be starting in a couple more minutes. I just gotta grab a couple things really quick. Okie dokie. Alright. Okay. So I was looking over this doll pattern, making sure I get everything. Let me move this camera a little bit. Alright, there we go. Almost had perfect. But there we go. And I think I understand what I have to do next. So let's go ahead and cut this. Mm-hmm. Hey again, guys. I appreciate you for stopping by. Even for my little impromptu stream I had earlier, which I didn't mean to do. I was testing out my intro cards, and I finally got the hang of it. So, yep. So now I won't just leave y'all hanging when when I leave the stream. So you guys will have something pretty to look at. All right. Hope everyone's enjoying their Friday. It did rain today earlier. I don't think it's raining now. And tomorrow it's supposed to be storming, unfortunately. So, let's get a little drink of water. All right. Let's see. So we're working on this part. So we're working on this area right here. Yeah, definitely got to reprint this pattern. Okay. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. Oh, boy. All right, so we're gonna go. It's telling me to go all the way up the entire piece. I'm gonna use some clips right here. What do I have? Okay, yeah, it's got the description. Good. How's your chicken fritters turn out, Fox? I hope they turn out pretty well. That sounds really good, chicken fritters. I'm definitely gonna have to trim all these seam allowances, man. Ooh. All right. Very good. Thanks for asking. Okay, great. How did you cook them? Did you fry them? I mean, I'm trying to think. Chicken fritters. I've had corn fritters. Are they only called chicken? Like, can they only be cooked one way? Or I'm curious because I've never had chicken fritters. I've had corn fritters, which is what I usually or used to have when I ate fish, fried fish quite frequently. But I hadn't had fried fish in a minute. Well, actually, I had some a couple weeks ago, so that's not true. Yeah, I had I had a fish sandwich, but prior to that, I have not had fried fish in probably a few months. Make them like fish cakes. Oh, okay. I've had fish cakes, so those are really good. Oh, come on, come on. I wonder if I should have sent that link to what's his name. He's at work, but he I don't know. He wouldn't hurt because he might stop in. Let me see something really quick. Mm-hmm. Let's send somebody something really quick. Okay. All right. He might stop in, but then again, he might not because I think he's currently at work. But if he goes on break while I'm streaming, he might actually stop by and say something. So, come on. I saw the Michael Jackson movie again earlier today. Um, very small. I think there was only like 6 of us total in that movie theater room. They moved it out of the IMAX theater and they moved it to one of the smaller theaters. But I think I was the youngest person in there because I was talking to some of the people, um, walking out of the theater after the movie ended, and it was all older people, who grew up listening to his music, like my parents' ages and stuff. And yeah, they were talking about how much they enjoyed it and everything. It's like, oh man, it's a really good movie and everything. And I did tell them, I was like, yeah, there's a part 2 coming out, right? Because I didn't know that initially when I saw it the first time, because I was kind of a little disappointed with how it ended. I was like, what? But they did give a hint that there was more coming um, with the way that it ended. But I was like, that can't be it because there's more to his career. And then sure enough, when I went online and started reading about it, there is a part 2 coming out that's going to talk about the rest of his career. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So last time I checked, they are working on the script, and they could start shooting as early as later this year or even early next year. So I think I did talk about this in one of the previous streams, but yeah, I did see the movie again today, and there's some things that just hit differently because of the documentaries I saw, especially behind the tour that he did with his brothers that he didn't want to do. With the Pepsi commercial, trying to sponsor and everything. He did not want to do that. But he felt obligated because he wanted to help his family, and they were strapped for cash. And so he's like, "Yeah, I'll do it." And even his dad said in the movie, like, we want to capitalize off of his success, off the success of Thriller and Off the Wall. And Don King, in the movie, the actor that played him said, "Yeah, this tour is nothing without Michael, right? This tour is not going to be anything without Michael because we need to capitalize off of his, success and stuff." And I was like, "Dang, dude." So there was a lot of tension in that family. They loved each other, but I think there was some jealousy for sure over Michael's success with his solo albums, and yeah, it's pretty sad, when you think about it, because he really, really wanted to be an independent artist and not tour with his brothers. He's like, "Look, man, we're not kids anymore. The Jackson 5 era, that's over. Like, I want to do my own thing. I have so many, things I want to do in my own music career. I want to have total creative freedom." And he just, because he loved his family, he's like, "Look, I'll do this, to help them out because they were struggling financially, do the bad deals, and spending." It's just, yeah. But it shows you, if anything, this movie makes me have more respect for Michael and admiration for him as a person, as an artist, because he was so selfless, man. Like he put his family's needs before his own. But at some point, he got tired and just said, "Enough is enough." I was like, I got to start doing my own thing, which I'm glad he did. And the movie does show that towards the end, that he finally had enough. And I think I did mention this in the previous stream too, but yeah, there's some scenes that just hit differently after, watching some of the things I learned about him. I was like, wow, yeah. Now I know why he reacted that way in the movie, because I know the whole backstory in real life. So but it's good. I enjoyed it so much. It's definitely going to be a movie that I'll purchase as soon as it becomes available for streaming. All right, so there's the neck. Let's see. Okay, I think. Wait a minute. So let me read this really quick. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So I'm done with that. I gotta tie this off and trim it. Oh, remove these. Mm-hmm. There's some jewelry I do want to make that I thought about streaming. A bracelet that's similar to the one that I made Sonia. It's going to be a little different because they were out of stock on one type of bead that I used in her bracelet. And I have some beads like that, but they're not the same size. because it was a set, and I used the smallest size in the set for her bracelet. And so, yeah, I had to find a replacement for those beads. And I was like, but whatever. It's still going to have the same colors in it. It's going to be a little bit different. But yeah, I love her bracelet so much. I was like, this is so pretty. It's like I definitely want to make one for myself. Okay, so I can go ahead and trim this. Well, hold on. Yeah, let me go ahead and trim this. All right. Okay. Yeah, you're good, Fox. That's fine. Yeah, you don't have to talk nonstop. Like I'll probably go quiet for a little bit and just talk to myself or talk quietly to myself. Let's see. Yeah, you don't have to. Don't ever feel obligated that you have to talk. So, all right, we got that. Hang on, do I have enough? Is that enough thread to go across that whole piece? It should be. Yeah, I think so. Oh. Yeah, it should be. Hopefully. All right. That actually ended up being enough. Good. I might have, oh man, I might have trimmed that a little too much. Hopefully it'll be okay. Alright, so what part do I do next? Where am I at? Okay, I see now. Where's my needle? Oops. Excuse me. Let's see. You know what? Let me grab the armature because I want to have enough room to be able to put that in there. Okay. This little skeleton looking thing you guys see in front of you is going to go on the inside of the doll, and it's going to allow the doll to be posable. This is what I have in all of my hypnotic dolls that I've made, including the baby that I finished. This is the baby size. This is why it's so small. The one that I use in my hypnotic dolls are a little bit taller, have longer limbs and legs and a longer torso. Yeah, this is called the doll armature, and this is what makes plushie toys posable. Some of them are already, you can buy already pre-made. This one I made myself when I bought a roll of this stuff. Let's say about 5 feet of it worth. And there's a special there's a special tool that you have to use to take these apart and to combine them, because there's no way you can do it by hand. Yeah, special pair of pliers. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool little thing. Yeah. So this is what I'm going to put on the inside of her. Alright, just sit that right there. And yeah, well, Baby Hypnotic, he's posable. And this is what he has on the inside of him to make him posable. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, ball joint tool. Yeah. And I had to search all over YouTube to find the proper way to use those things. I'm like, nobody knows how to use these. Okay, so what part am I doing? Okay, so I'm doing the back of her butt, basically. Okay, this little part. Man, I don't know. I feel like, ooh, that's gonna be kind of tough to get in there. I'll sew it up, but I got a feeling I may have to undo it to get her, to get that thing in there. Actually, I could just not go down as far. Like it's telling me to start at this little part right here, but I could go lower than that, so that'll give me a little extra room to insert this armature. I don't know. Yeah, because that is not this opening right here is not going to be good. So I may have to just start like right here. All right. Oh, wow. That's like way below where I'm supposed to go. Good grief. Let's try that again. That's why I had to flip this thing over back and forth to make sure I'm sewing on the line on both parts. All right, let's try that again. Okay, that's better. Okay. This pattern definitely seems much easier the second time around. I think because I know what to expect. And I think this one's going to turn out much better than my first doll. I'm using this pattern for two reasons. Number one, again, second time, so I'm familiar with it now. And then secondly, this is a fabric that's easier to see what I'm doing. That black fabric was a nightmare to deal with. It's like, oof, it's so hard to see what I was doing. Mm. All right, we're getting there. Baby girl is getting there. So now we gotta sew her legs. Okay, let me make sure I'm looking at this. Oh, it's telling me to do the arms. Okay. So don't skip any steps, Peaches. Okay, so basically around sewing up the rest of the arm. Nightmare to take apart, yeah. Mhm. Well, technically, I wasn't going to skip. It's just I was going to do something in a different order, but I was like, no, let me not do that. Let me not do that. And I feel like it would turn out the same way if I did the next section first and then go back to this, because apparently they want me to do the arms first before sewing up the legs. So I was like, okay, whatever. thread on here. There we go. So big loop that was forming. I had to pull the right one. Okay. All right, one alarm down. One to go. Don't know how this looks. I mean, I know it's going to look kind of janky because of the, whatchamacallit, same allowance that I yet to cut. Okay. All right. Yeah, this will look so much cleaner once I trim all the seam allowance off of everything. It's just that and getting rid of all that bulk. But let's go ahead and do the other arm. Yeah, I do plan on doing a jewelry making stream. Nothing big. I've already bought the beads for a bracelet. This same bracelet that I made Sonia. But mine's is going to be a little bit different because some of the beads that I used in hers I couldn't find at the at Hobby Lobby, so I had to substitute and find something that at least had a similar looking color. But yeah, I do want to stream that maybe next week. Next time I'm off, I'll um, probably do that because it'll be quick. It's just a multi-strand bracelet on memory wire. And I do want to get back into streaming games for sure. It's going to be kind of tricky because I'm right now I'm streaming through my phone, and that's how I was able to get that layout, or actually I should say the intro card with my uh, with the software I've downloaded or an app. But with the streaming games, I do that through my PS5, so I don't think there's a way I can even set that up without a computer. Um, since it's broadcasting directly through the PS5. I don't know. I'll have to do some reading on it. I don't think there is a way to do it unless you have a PC or a laptop or something. You can use. I don't think it will work on mobile. So it won't. The gaming streams probably most likely won't look fancy like this. We'll have the a little intro card and the outro card, so I'll have to drop you guys abruptly like I have been doing. The only thing that'll look cute are the thumbnails. Not sure how PS5s work. I don't have one. Yeah, you can. There's when you download the YouTube app on your PS5, that allows you to broadcast your PS5 games. But if you want all the fancy setup and everything, I don't think there's a way you can do that through the PS5. So yeah, I mean, I can upload like I can do post editing. Like I can add maybe like an intro card and an outro card after it uploads or while it's uploading. Maybe, I don't know. I have to do some reading on it just to see what all I can do. At least you say goodbye. Not paying Sony that much for what it is. Yeah. Do they still want $500 for a PS5? If so, that's crazy. Considering how long it's been out now. I remember when they first came out, they could not keep them in stock. I tried to get one when they first came out, and all the scalpers had bought them all up, and they were reselling for like $800, $900, and I was like, yeah, I'm not paying that much for this. So I managed to get a deal on it 1 year for Black Friday. It's like I want to say it was like 2 years after it released. I got a deal on it and managed to get one. I was like, yay, finally. The price went up. They want $500 for a Switch 2 soon. I thought the Switch was already at $500 unless I'm. Yeah, the PS5 when they came out, it was the one I bought was 500. I think I got the one where you can buy discs for it. I don't have the digital only version. I think that version is cheaper. And if you want like the actual disc version, that one was like $100 more if I'm not mistaken, or $50 more. I forgot. But yeah, the Switch is I thought that was always 500. The Switch 2. It ain't worth it in my opinion. I think that thing because they're still behind on a lot of stuff hardware wise. I don't. It's not worth $500. So yeah, like 300. It's all. They've always been cheaper than PlayStation and Xbox. Ooh, do I have enough to get? I don't think so. Let me go ahead and cut this. Well, it's just like a small little hole I got to sew up, but I don't think I have enough thread to go through there. Hang on. As long as that's closed up, that's important. Oh, goodness. Is it? Hang on. Now it is. As long as that's, yeah. Okay. That's going to be tough to tie this off. $500 on September 1st. $450. It all costs way too much. Yeah, I agree. Price of everything's going up, man. I went to go fill up my car a couple days ago. Man, I got a 16-gallon tank on my it's a Nissan Altima 2018. Bro, it cost me $60 to fill my car up. I cannot remember the last time I paid that much to fill up my car. Gas was like $3.68 or something, like 3.76. I was like, I cannot remember the last time I've seen gas prices this high. But anyway, that's a whole different story. All right, now we're ready to go on the legs. Okay, so got done with that. Excuse me. Actually, I'm gonna look at this and see how the arms look. All right, this is how my arms look on the first doll, but I went back through, took some stitches out, and made some adjustments. But after looking at video of the doll and its arms, I think this is how it's supposed to look. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I know that looks weird. Okay. Yeah. It'll look pretty once I turn everything inside out and right. Yeah. Turn it the right side in and have it stuffed, because I do have to stuff it to make sure everything looks good. All right. So now we got to do the legs, and that will be it for the body. And I just got to trim all the seam allowance. That's all I got. Put $400 in a work truck there. Oh my God, $400? What kind of work? Okay, when you say work truck, are you talking like a rig, like a 18-wheeler, or like a like a regular truck? Because a work truck, I can't. I don't even know what that is exactly and what that looks like. Is a regular truck that you see on the road, like a rig? Because I'm like, bro, if that's for a regular truck, that's insane. Or unless you're talking like a dump truck kind of thing. Is I need to know what kind of truck it is, because work truck. Oh, it was a pickup. Dang, bro, this man spent $400 to fill up a pickup. Wow, that's insane. Here I am complaining about $60 worth of gas. Well, trucks are not known for being the most fuel efficient vehicles on the road, but but still, that's insane, man. $400 to fill up a pickup. Meanwhile, I bet all the Tesla owners are like, y'all gotta pay gas prices. I was like, whatever, dude. Look, at least our stuff works when it gets cold. Okay. Some things. I remember hearing a story. When was it? Golly, it was like a few years ago, or maybe like a couple of years ago. A bunch of Teslas. Man, they don't do well in the cold. Let me just tell you that. That was the story I heard, that they don't do very well in extremely cold weather. I was like, wow. So they all have their pros and cons. I mean, it's like everything. So, all right. Now we are finally moving on to closing up these legs. And I need to trim this seam allowance, because that's going to be a nightmare to try to sew with that in the way. So let me trim this really quick. I could have gone ahead and trimmed the seam allowance on this a while back. It was a Chevy 2500 long wheelbase with a tool bed. Huh. Wow. Again, I don't know what that looks like. It just sounds like a truck that's got like a really long tool bed. Or, bed in general. What am I cutting? Okay. I have to look that up. Chevy 2500. Ooh, that's crazy. Unless you want to send me a picture of that particular model, Fox, I appreciate it. But I'll look it up after stream. That way I can get an idea of how that looks. I remember when I had my Volkswagen Beetle years ago. I could be parking in just a totally empty parking lot, like very few cars. And for some reason, trucks love parking right next to me. Like they love trucks on either side of me love to sandwich me in between. I mean, I'm like, dang it, really? Probably because they can see past my car very easily because it has a very short body. But yeah, that really irritated me when I had my Volkswagen Beetle. And I always had these trucks that park next to me. They can see them around me, but I can't see around them. Okay, yeah, I appreciate it if you did. Let's see, I got that part. All right, let me make sure I do this right. Okay, so I got that. I gotta sew that together. Okay, yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, they want me to go up the whole thing in one swoop. Okay, whatever. Make sure. I think it'd be easier for me to do this part separately and then do the legs. I do have to trim this little part though. Okay. All right. So do I have a knot in this? I do. I'm going to actually sew it in the center first. I think that will be easier, and then I'll go to get the legs. Okay. A little part. All right. We're in the home stretch with this doll. Well, as far as the body goes, I mean, this is the easy part. Once I have to start making, doing the details on her face, which is what I'll do next, that's going to be the real challenge. Because I have to actually draw her eyes using those watercolor pencils, and I have to practice using the ones that I bought because they're higher quality. And so the technique I was using on the last set I had, which is a cheaper set, doesn't work with these. It's like I gotta actually know how to blend well using dry pencils. But I'm getting there. I just have to practice off stream and get comfortable with it before I start streaming that process. Because I haven't really. I think I've decided on the size I want them to be. I think I'm still kind of playing with that a little bit. The actual model of the eyes is done like the style that I want her eyes to be, but I just have to practice using those watercolor pencils. Let's see. All right, got that side. Yeah, the ones that I bought that were higher quality are not as forgiving. So there's a part of me that kind of wants to go back to the cheap ones that a family member let me borrow, but I was told that if you learn how to use these the way they're supposed to be used, they will reward you. They will greatly reward you, and you'll get much better results. So I was like, okay. Based on what I've read, and based on the tips that ChatGPT gave me, it's like you have to treat it like a regular colored pencil, like 80% of the time, and then only use water sparingly. So you have to learn how to blend and all that kind of stuff while the pencil is dry, and not rely on water to blend for you, which is what I was doing with the cheaper pencils. I was relying heavily on water to blend all the colors for me, whereas these higher quality pencils, you have to actually blend, very well while the pencil is dry. The water is only there to intensify the colors. It's not gonna blend for you. So I was like, okay. I was like, all right. So I've been watching videos on how to, properly blend with this particular brand that I have. And I just gotta practice. I think I can get it. Why is this no? Why have I got a big loop there? Hold on. Yeah, oh, a string right here. Did I get the center? Is the center done? Hang on, let me go a couple more stitches right here just to be on the safe side. Actually, let me go ahead and do one of the legs while I'm doing this. Might as well. Okay, I'll go ahead and do one of the legs. I wasn't going to. I was going to do the legs separately instead of like an arch, like they suggested or telling me to, but I'll go ahead and do it. Hold on. Sure, I get that. All right. I think once I finish both of these legs, I'll do a test stuffing and I'll call the stream. I think I've definitely been going on for an hour at least. I've been trying to keep these streams a little bit on the shorter end since they tend to be late. One hour and 10 minutes. Okay. We got Backbone Works. Hey, Backbone Works. Good name. Funny name. It's good to see you. Hope you've been having a good Friday. All right. I thought it was a lot. I thought I'd been streaming a lot longer than that. But okay, a little over an hour. That's good. Why? Okay, there we go. Got it pulled out. Right. I don't know if you had a chance to check out my previous streams on Backbone, but I'm currently working on a doll that I've designed using ChatGPT. The base is a pattern that I bought from a website that's in the description. And I can't show the pattern because it is copyright protected, but if you are interested, in like if you want to make your own chibi doll, I highly recommend these patterns. I've used 2 of their models, and they're both very well written. There's videos to accompany the pattern in case you get stuck. And if that doesn't help, the designer of the patterns, she is very responsive to inquiries. If you were to, you can send her an email. I've contacted her through Etsy because that's where I bought the patterns, and it's an instant download after you've purchased them. They're instantly download them, and there's a private link in the somewhere within the folder that you download when you buy the pattern, that takes you to private YouTube videos that shows you how to sew this doll together. You know, it's not the entire thing, but just like the more complex parts, like the head and whatnot. That's the trickiest part, is the head, which thankfully that is the first part that we work on. But after that, it's pretty much smooth sailing. Pretty much smooth sailing. So yeah, it's a really good pattern. Backbone Works. I like that name. Why am I getting loops in this? This is crazy. Is it because I think this is because my thread is twisted. Hold on, let me untwist this. Mm-hmm. Ooh, I thought I was almost done. I have to get the other leg after this. I got my hopes up too fast. I was like, yeah, I'm making. I got one more. I gotta get this leg, and then I'll see if I can put this armature in there. I really hope I can. Ah. I should do a stream where I try stone cutting and polishing. I don't know, that'd be a noisy one. Thing I like about sewing is that it's quiet. I wouldn't want a stream that's super noisy. And then the sanding discs that I bought for my Dremel are very cheap. They work great for, well, actually, I'm trying to think. They work great for dry sanding, but not so great for wet sanding, even though it's advertised to work great for wet sanding. No. I destroyed several discs trying to sand stone or polish stone. I was like, this thing sucks. And sure enough, I remember the reviews saying, these are cheap, and then they're great for dry, like for sanding wood and all that kind of stuff, which is what I've used them for mostly. But they're terrible for wet sanding. I have sandpaper, which actually is great works well for wet sanding and polishing. It's like electroplated or something like it's like specially treated to do wet sanding. Those work great, but my sanding discs that I put on my Dremel are they just fall apart when I try to do any kind of wet sanding. So I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna cut it. So I gotta find some more discs. All right, is this looking good? Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and do the other leg. Did I tie this off? Nope, not yet. I'm about to. Ooh, that's not gonna last long. All right, let's go ahead and trim the seam allowance on this leg. Oh, careful. This thing about this fabric, man, it sheds like crazy. Ugh. Definitely gonna have to vacuum around here once I get done with this. Let's see. Yeah, I'll go ahead and start using this side. Okay, let's go ahead. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. I just hope I can get this armature in here. Really hope I can get this thing in here. I probably should have did a test before I start closing stuff up and see if it could fit. This size is actually too big. And as far as like the size of the joints go, it's a little too big, but I made it work in my hypnotic baby doll. But once I use this up, because I do plan on making more baby dolls, like I've designed like a whole collection of these things. There's like 7 of them that I designed, different skin tones and different features. I don't know what, if this one turns out well, I'm definitely going to make another one. I'm not sure which one's going to be next. But yeah, after, I think I'll definitely go with the smaller size joint than these, because this one's kind of tough to deal with. And then once you change sizes on these, you also got to change sizes on the tool that's used to connect these and to take them apart. So, and that tool's not cheap. I think that thing was like $30-$40 in some places. I'm like, good God, man. It was just it's those joint pliers. It's like, But thankfully I found a website that sells those in bulk. This stuff right here, which is cheaper than buying the skeleton already made. Once I did them, added up the price, I was like, oh, I might as well just buy my own in like several feet and make my own if I'm going to make several dolls. And then I get to control how big I want them to be. Okay. Has too many kids and relatives. This ain't one of his kids. Yeah, this ain't one of his. Unless you're talking about, you know, the kids he has in chat. He had a bunch of kids running around with his chat at one point. A bunch of all people were making alt accounts pretending to be his kids. It was fun. It was a fun. That's when his stream. That's when I still enjoyed his stream on his main channel. But after yeah, at one point it just got kind of tiring. I was like, yeah, I'm done with this environment. I learned there's certain environments I can't tolerate for long. It just gets draining. It's nothing against the people. Don't get me wrong. I got nothing against Hypno or any of the people in this chat. Yeah. It's one thing I've learned about myself over the past years. Like there's certain environments that are just draining to me, and I can't be in them. All they want is shoes. Yep. Yes, sir. All they want is shoes. I think they have asked for clothes a couple of times. If I'm not mistaken, I think a couple of them did ask for clothes and food. Come on. Yeah, that one is way too light skinned to be his kid. Yep. Mm-hmm. Definitely too light skinned. Right. Done with that leg. Hey. Ooh. There's the body. So now I gotta trim all this seam allowance right here, which is this extra fabric that helps you to grab onto it as you're sewing, whether it be by machine or by hand. So that's what I'm going to work on right now. And this will definitely help get rid of bulk too, as you turn the body inside out and stuff it. I just hope I can get that armature in there. I will be sad if I can't. I may have to take a couple pieces off the arms and neck so it can fit in there. Audio is borked. Hold on. I just heard myself on the playback. Hang on, did this mic dial me? Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. I hear myself, Fox, on my live stream. Like I'm watching myself right now on the my iPad, and I just heard the delay, and so my mic is still on. So I'm not sure if it's something on your end, huh? Let's see. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hopefully it's okay. You can hear me loud and clear. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's why I have my stream open on my iPad, just for audio issues, to make sure I can, the sound is coming through. Alice is having issues too, huh? So Backbone Works said that he's not having issues. I haven't. The only thing that's changed is this new program. This program I'm using, Prism. That's like OBS for mobile, and I'm streaming through that. It's connected to my YouTube account. So that's the only thing that's changed. I'm still using the same microphone. I'm still using. I haven't touched any audio settings. Hopefully it records the playback. I'll be annoyed if it didn't record the audio, but so far on my end I can hear myself. Let me see something. I'm gonna watch the playback after I end the stream, just to make sure everything recorded. Oh, you know what? Did my mic dial me? Is it only picking up on my phone? Oh, I bet that's what it is. I think my mic did dial me. Okay. Huh. Oh, you can hear me just quieter than before. Okay, so for some reason my mic was off. Hold on. Okay. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. That was weird. Seemed like my mic disconnected. I probably should have charged it before I you know. Yeah. That was weird. Okay. So I had to definitely make sure I charge my mic up when I end the stream, which I'll end in a few minutes once I trim the rest of this fabric. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, did I get, I got a little bit left on top. No, hold on. Actually, I think I did trim that, but I think I can trim a little bit more. I don't want to go too close and end up clipping something. It went again? Yeah, I think my I think my battery is low in my mic. Yeah, I think it's my battery's low on my mic as well as my. Hang on, I'm trying to think. Does this need to be charged up too? Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's going to pick up on my phone, so it's going to sound low because apparently my mic and my receiver died. So I got to charge these up as soon as the the phone's still picking up. Yeah, so I got to charge both these up when I end my stream. Okay, dang, I hate that. Alright. I'm almost done. Alright, I think I've got... Yep. Okay, so now I'm about to turn the doll inside out. And hope that I could get this armature to fit inside this thing. Otherwise... Man, I just hate that my mic went out. That's okay. That's okay. I'll just keep it rolling. Probably gonna need some. Well, I can use the thing to poke through that. Oh, I said inside out. I mean right side. Yeah, right side out. That's what I meant to say. All right. Ooh. That's how she looks. I know the neck looks weird, but it's long that way for a reason, so she can articulate her neck. All right, Lord, please let me be able to get this in here. God. Okay. Whatever you do, don't rip anything. It's the worst thing you could do. Oh man, I don't know about this. I'm probably gonna have to take out. Hold on, actually, let me see something. Let me see something. God. I think I did take out some extra pieces because I knew it was going to be okay. Come on. Can it fit? Yay! Okay, yes, I'm able to get it on there. Great. Perfect. Awesome. All right. So I have to remove that, and then I have to stuff the doll. Okay. I know she looks like a little gingerbread man, but she'll look good once I put stuffing inside of her body. And I bought some new stuffing. This stuff right here. This is weighted pellets, poly pellets. This is the same kind of stuff that they use in beanbag babies, and as well as beanbag chairs. And it's going to help add weight to her. My first doll, Baby Hypnotic, I use marbles with a combination of polyfill to weigh the baby down, because I know you guys have seen pictures of Baby Hypnotic, but you notice how huge his head is. Well, his head made him topple over when I tried to sit him down, so I was like, ah, crap. So I had to think of ways to weigh his body down so that his head wouldn't cause him to fall over. So I had some marbles that I bought from the dollar store. And I use marbles in combination with the polyfill to fill up his body. So this time I'm using the the poly pellets. Anyways, okay, so that does fit. All right, thank the Lord. And who was it? Backbone. I don't know if you saw my other streams, but I finished the doll head a few streams back, and this is how it looks right here. I know it looks kind of weird, but yeah, that's how the head looks. It looked better. I actually showed how it was stuffed. I actually showed how the doll head looks stuffed, and it looked much cuter than this. And these little parts right here, those are the ears. But yeah. All right, y'all. So what time is it? 12:37. So I appreciate everyone that came into the stream. I am going to go ahead and call it. Tomorrow I do have to work. You know, it starts my work week on the weekend as well as Monday. Looks amazing so far. Thank you, Solosi. Yeah, it's turning out great so far. So much easier this time around than the first doll. I think because I've gotten used to the pattern. But anyways, I appreciate everyone for hanging out. And I will probably stream Tuesday. I'm not sure. It's up in the air. Tuesdays are usually kind of icky for me, you know, because I would have gotten home in the morning. So usually I'm kind of tired and resting the whole day. But if I do stream, you guys will get a notification. I'll definitely send a link out. And until then, bye, y'all. I sure appreciate it. All right, let me see. How do I do this?